It go left wrist, right wrist, put my phone on silent. I live on an island, ain't nobody close to me. That's just how it's supposed to be. Both my wrists on froze. She started getting money now. She wanna get close to me. Left wrist, right wrist, put my phone on silent. I live on an island, ain't nobody close to me. That's just how it's supposed to be. Both my wrists on froze. She started getting money now. She wanna get close to me. I talk for myself, don't need no cosign. I've been alone, utilizing D&D. I barely even touch my phone. This shit kinda crazy. I ain't where I was 2 weeks ago. Used to be my homies, now I look at them like I don't know. 45 in my pocket, that boy get wet up like super soap. Laughing to the bank like 50, but this really ain't a joke. Money stuck to my pocket, ayy. We could eat that Team Rocket, ayy. 100 bands, that's all profit, ayy. Please don't get in my way. Got a couple screws loose, just sip the juice and tight news. I've been trying to find my way.
Welcome to the stream, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you to our guest today, XEROGANGG, for being here.
For sure.
Now, the first thing I wanted to touch on is the fact that you have an interesting name, man. XEROGANGG, spelled XEROGANGG. What made you go with this as an artist alias, and were there other names you considered before this one?
Yeah, I had a lot of stupid names that like didn't make any sense. Like at first, well, the first one did make sense. At first, I went by Hoodie, and that's because when I first started rapping, I used to always put my hood up because I was nervous. So everybody just started calling me Hoodie, and then that stuck. And then I went with Sad Boy Hoodie because I started switching over to like the more like emo genre of music.
Yeah.
And it's gonna sound crazy, but like I went through a point in my life though where like I had a long-term relationship, and it like kind of ended really like fucked up-ish, and I just felt like alone. So I kind of like deleted the whole like old persona of myself, and I like rebranded myself. And so the zero is like correlating to that point in my life where I just felt like I had nobody and like nobody was there for me. And then I put in like the gang because like I know it's like a gang of people, you know, that feel the exact same way, that like grew up and even like had points in their life where they felt like they had nobody there, like nobody's there for you, like physically, emotionally, and like all the sense. And then the X is just to be different. It's like I didn't want to spell it with the Z. It's just to be different.
hey, you get that little clickbait right there.
But I get people all the time still that spell that shit with a Z, and I'm like, no, it's X. Or people that'll hear my name Zero and they'll be like, yo, what's up, Z? Like, why are you calling me Z? Like, it's an X, not a Z. But yeah, man. So that's how that came apart. And then I mean, shit. Once my shit started blowing up, I just kept it. And then it's individual. Like, there's nobody with the name XEROGANGG and it's spelled with an X like that. There's nobody else. So.
Yeah, hey, it's always good to be unique. Give me just a couple seconds, guys. Sorry, I gotta close the store real quick. My wife brought me a soda, so you know. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so back to what we were doing. Sorry about that, guys. How would you describe yourself as an artist, and what genre would you put yourself in? We discussed this a little before the video, but you know, for the people.
Right. So I guess all in all, I would say that I'm like an alternative hip hop artist, like I told you before. And as an artist, man, I talk about real stuff. Like I have songs where I do like the fun, like talking about bullshit and just cutting up songs. But most of my songs are like touches on mental health a lot, and like my drug abuse, because that's like all things that I've struggled with in the past. And I know that, for instance, when I listen to certain music that I like, and I relate to it, it helps me to like deal with those issues and know that like I'm not alone. And I just want my music to do the same thing for other people, you know? So as a person, like I'm kind, you know, as an artist, like I'm nice. Like I'm different than most artists because I don't just do this for the clout, you know? I don't just do it because I want to be famous. Like that'll come with it, but I do this because I want to help people. I don't do this shit just to like show off or anything like that, you know?
And in the end, I really feel like that's how people should approach music. If you're gonna do something, don't do it to please everybody else. Do it because it's what you really like to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. Sure. When I first started making music, it's crazy because I was trying to like follow the whole wave, and this was like years ago, and like Lil Pump was first coming out, and like that whole wave was popular. So like I started dressing differently. Like I was trying to be like hard and stuff and being a thug and all that. And I was just doing some shit that I had no business doing, talking about stuff I didn't do. But it wasn't until I started being real with myself and then making the music about things that I knew and things that I really experienced and like real things that I was going through and that I knew about that people started gravitating towards me. And I feel like it's because even like your fans and the people that support you, they know when you're being fake. Like they know when you're being real and like
Yeah, they know what they know when you're bullshitting.
Yeah, people can tell. People can tell.
For sure. And as far as that, I'll say that's a lot. It's okay to have a persona that you show to the public because not everything is public knowledge. Some of it is personal, and some of it artists have to go through on their own. But there is a large part of you and the fundamental part of you that you share with your viewers, and that's the part that they're either gonna like or they don't like.
Yeah, for sure. I could feel that definitely.
Okay, so have you done again, we've discussed this, but have you done any shows, and if so, what's your favorite performance, and what did you feel the first time you were on stage versus what you feel now when you perform?
Oh man. So the very first show that I had, and it's actually probably my favorite show actually. I was 13 years old and I was in a band, and I was like I would like do like vocals, but I would do like kind of like the hip hop vocals. Everybody else that was singing would just sing. And I remember I was the youngest person in there. Everyone else in the band is like in like their late like 30s or like early 30s. It was like older dudes. So I get up there and like it's my time to rap, and like I'm so nervous, but like everybody heard about this. Like the band was called Westbound 33, and we were based out of like Charlottesville, Virginia. So like everybody heard about like this fucking like little kid that was supposedly like performing. So there was so many people in that club. It was called Joe's Crab Shack. That was the name of the club. Shout out to that club, by the way. They have really good food. And I got up on stage and I was so nervous. I had like a flat brim hat. I pulled that shit like all the way down. And then as soon as I started rapping, I kid you not, it got so loud that I couldn't even hear my voice through like the microphone or like the speakers. It like everybody just went nuts. And then like that was my favorite show. And that was also the point in my life where I started thinking like, yo, like maybe this is what I want to do, you know, like maybe I should do this for the rest of my life. And I started at that point like starting to like write my own songs, because before I would like kind of like freestyle and mess around, but I wouldn't like write my own music. And then I mean I've had a few shows in the past like year just like around Richmond and stuff. And when I was younger, I had a lot of shows with that band, just coming forward and performing with them like all over Charlottesville. But I want to get into doing more shows, most definitely though.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, you get your experience where you can get it, and I mean that's called paying your dues, doing what you have to do in the beginning until you're able to take your career to the next level.
Yeah, and then as far as like the nervousness thing, like I said, that first show, I felt like I was about to shit myself before I went on stage. But like now, I've gotten to the point as an artist where it's like I don't really care what people think of me. You know, like I'm there to perform. I'm there to entertain. I'm there to put on a show. If you like it, you can listen and watch. If not, you can just like walk to the back and sit down or whatever. But I put my all into every single show that I do. I go crazy. Like I turn up. The energy is always there. I can't half-ass anything. Like even if I'm doing something wrong, like I've always been that type of person that does everything to the fullest and like gives it everything that I have, no matter what it is. So, but I don't get nervous anymore. That's just a thing of the past.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to have a point where you go from being a new artist and new to the game to an experienced professional.
Right.
So I was scrolling through your Instagram, and I noticed that, I mean, as everybody can see, you have an interesting style, man. Tell me about the XEROGANGG fashion sense. And I'm gonna be showing some pictures of that real quick, guys.
For sure.
So yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Shit. I get influence from a lot of people, like the bands that I listened to in high school. just general fashion and hip hop and things like that. But it's crazy because I always like dress. Most people when they look at me, they're like, "Oh, you in a band?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm actually a hip hop artist." But I've always just been individualistic. I've always just been myself, you know. And it's kind of like, okay, in a way, I kind of started dressing like this to like prove a point, right? So it's like if people can accept me as I am and like accept me when I look this crazy and stuff, then it's like a judgment of character, you know? So it's like I can fuck with you and like trust you. And like if you fuck with me like this, then like you must be cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, other than that though, man, I've always just been the type to be different and stand out in the crowd. You know, I like doing crazy shit. I like being eccentric, you know, like the colored hair and everything. I don't know. It's just me, you know, and it's individualistic. I don't want to be like everybody else. Like I want to, when I walk into a room, I want people to be like, you know, like who is that? You know, or be like if you see me in a crowd, you'll know like that's Zero right there. It can't be mistaken for anybody else, you know.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. It's definitely a attention grabber for sure. And
Yeah,
I mean, you know, outside of that, with it being a base part of your personality, it works fluidly with your music career.
yeah, definitely.
So, okay, so I'm gonna play this little clip for you guys. Um, I was sent this beforehand, and you guys are gonna be able to check it out. So listen real quick. And matter of fact, I'll pull this on screen. I normally don't do it, but I'll pull it on screen for you guys.
Right.
Okay, it's just a tiny snippet because you guys need to go check that out on SoundCloud if you want to hear the full song. But
Yeah.
let's talk about it.
Well, like the project in general, or
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tell me what it's about. You sent me this clip with not a lot of detail, so let's get
yeah.
in it.
So actually, that's a project that I made with another artist that's local to Richmond, and his name is Young Casanova. And I met him. We were at my friend Nine's house, which is one of my engineers, and we were all just messing around, like kind of making a song, but not like being serious. And then he showed me this song, and he was like, "Yo, you wanna hop on this?" And I was like, "Definitely." And the one thing I noticed about Cass, like, is the thing that drew me to him as an artist and like made me want to do a project with him was his work ethic. So like a lot of people make music around me. I'm around like engineers all the time, other artists. And even if they have like buzz and stuff, like I've never seen anyone with the same work ethic as me. Cause like I said, when I do things, like I put my all into it. I'm always working. If I'm not in the studio, I'm always writing or doing something to like advertise myself for my career. And as soon as like I saw Cass, I just saw that he was just like on his shit, the same as me. Like he's always in the studio, always coming out with projects. If you look at his social media, he's always dropping new songs, always doing videos. This man has a 9 to 5. He has his own baking business. He has his own YouTube channel, which has a bunch of fucking followers and subscribers as well. And he's also a videographer on top of all of that. Like, so he's always working. And so he sent me the track, and then I did my verse and I sent it back to him, and he was just like, "Damn, like this shit goes hard." And then
Oh yeah.
that's where a couple weeks later he was like, "Yo, I got like another videographer that said he'll shoot for us. So you got a location?" And then I booked the venue for us to shoot the video, and that was a wrap. We just went and we did it. And he actually edited the video himself. So when that drops, y'all be able to see it, man. It's just, he's talented, man. And it's been a pleasure to work with him. And we actually have a lot more like projects coming out and everything. But the song is called Cut So Deep. It's just about like, you know, the trauma of like relationships, like people fucking you over and hurting you and things like that. And like kind of mentally not being able to escape that and like leaning on substances and things like that. So it's like a generalization of the song, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, hell yeah. And also, if like as far as anybody that you want to plug, that is welcome here. Plug them all up. We're here for the community, guys.
Got you.
Also, anybody in chat, if you're watching, you can ask questions too. If there's anything you want to know that we're not discussing, go ahead and type it in chat, and we'll touch on them as we go on through the interview. We do encourage audience interaction.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we've discussed the fashion sense. We've discussed the upcoming project. Now, You know what? I got like yeah, one more question about your fashion. What would you say
All right.
your favorite brand of clothing would be, and what is the outfit you love most of all that you own?
Shit, that's easy. Trip NYC. I wear trip pants like almost every day.
Yes,
And
sir.
yeah. It's this pair. There's this pair of trip pants that I recently got. Actually, one of my followers sent them to me, and it's a pair of black. They're like half black and half plaid trip pants, and I love wearing them shits. I think I've worn them like 3 times a week since I've got them. And I try. That's saying something for me because I try not to wear the same outfit more than like once a week, but like I just can't. Them shits go so hard. Like, and yeah, I usually wear them just like with a hoodie, you know, and the chains, and that's it. That's the outfit right there. With my
Hell,
big stompy with platform shoes. That's the fit. That's
hell
my
yeah.
go.
Shit. Okay, okay. So how many inches does those platforms add to you?
Oh, they're like an inch and a half.
You got them? Let me see them.
Yeah,
Damn, hell
the
yeah. Them
big boy.
shits go hard.
Yeah, I call them joints my stompy boys. I ain't had them use them yet, thankfully.
Hell yeah, no teeth on the curb this week.
Nah, I haven't had to stomp a nigga out yet. Nah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's dope. Who are some of the artists or people that influence you? It doesn't just necessarily have to be artists, but just some of your biggest influences that put you not necessarily on the path to do music, but on the path to do the type of music that you're doing now.
So number one, first and foremost, I would have to say my mom, definitely. Not even for like the music sense, just the fact that like she supported me and like always been like behind me 100% no matter what. Even when I was failing, even when I wasn't doing shit with music, even the times that like I wanted to give up, she just always like pushed me to keep on going and stuff. And then the artist that influenced me the most is Juice Bro, definitely R.I.P. Is his music, man. Like the first time I listened to that shit, I was just like, yo, like he's like you ever listen to an artist and you get like chills down the back of your spine, like and you just like, damn, like I feel like they're talking like to me, like
Yeah,
through.
hell yeah.
And then
And
that also influenced me, like just the place that he's from, you know, and like him being a person of color. Like I'm mixed as well, like I'm half black, so like just him
so are
being
my
where he's,
kids.
like, yeah, just him being where he's from and like the culture that he grew up in, being able to like make that kind of music like without fear and without like being afraid of judgment. To just be able to like hop into that genre and not like be worried about what people think about him. That influenced me a lot to do the genre of music and also to put more emotion into my music and be real, like we were talking about before, just like to be more real with my music. Because before I was doing music that this shit wasn't me, you know. And I remember the day that I just like deleted every song off of my SoundCloud and off of like all my platforms and just restarted. And I was like, I'm gonna rebrand myself, and this time I'm gonna be real, you know. And like I said, it's been going good so far, so I'm not changing anything. I'm just gonna keep being me. So, but other than that, definitely like DMX, Lil Peep, X, of course. There's an artist from Minnesota named Party Alone. He's one of my big influences. He's not that big yet either, but those are some of the main people that influenced me as far as like artistry and stuff.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And as far as being real, I mean, it goes past that to being raw, to being because there is a point of being real that's still kind of hiding who you are. And once you really let people know not just who you are, but what you feel and how you feel about certain situations, the mode changes. The
Mhm.
way that people view you really changes, and you'll start to get a fan base that is there for you as a person instead of just like, hey, this guy's got some catchy music. They really start to vibe with you as a person.
Right. It's
Um,
that like personal connection, you know, that like really makes them want to like check up on you every day and like look into your music and view new projects and keep up with everything too. Yeah, I feel you on that.
yeah. ASMR Anna says, "Are you going to be working with any more artists soon?"
Yeah, I actually have a project coming up with, y'all follow him on Instagram. What is his name? Hold on. Gabriel. Yeah, I don't know his artist name yet, but I think his artist name is Gabriel actually. Yeah, I have a project coming up with him, and then I have a project coming up with another artist named Roden. He's like a younger kid. I got a lot of stuff, and then I have a feature dropping with Sin Help this Saturday. So that's another artist that I'm working with. He's from Michigan. He's really cool too. We actually became friends. He's like same way, man. The internet's crazy. He just sent me a track, and then I dropped the verse on it, sent it back to him, and then there's like an automatic friendship. But it was cool as fuck. And I'm dropping a project with him on Saturday. So
Yeah, man. People respect good work, especially. I mean, you promise a product, you deliver that product or better. People are gonna start to stick around, man.
yeah, and I think
For sure.
I think a lot of people that do music, like I said, it's kind of like a hobby to them. It's kind of like not their biggest priority, but music is my biggest priority. Like this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. You know, it's I take it really seriously. So like I want people to know that I'm serious about my craft and I'm serious about my job and what I do. So I like to show that I have good work ethic when it comes to this shit.
Yeah, and that's a big thing, and we were discussing that as well. Being punctual. We were like 2 minutes late, and God knows what that did to our
Yeah.
viewership.
Oh, no, we was talking about being on time.
We were still fucking late.
Fuck, man.
Oh shit! But it's all good. I appreciate everybody who's here tuning in. People are coming and going, but I appreciate you showing up regardless. Um, Talk to me about the project. Oh, matter of fact, we just talked about this. The project with Young Casanova and how you two came to work together. I'm pretty sure we just discussed all of it.
Yeah, we did.
All right, we could move past that one then.
Yeah.
How did it feel the first time people really started noticing your music and like going from basically unknown to people being able to recognize you on site?
It was weird, man. I remember the first time I like publicly got recognized. Like I was at Waffle House and I was just eating like dinner and I was with one of my friends and our fucking server was like, yo, not to be weird or anything, but are you Zero? I'm like, yeah. It was like hella weird. And then that's like a common occurrence now. Like I have people like wanting to take pictures with me and like stopping me and stuff in public and all that. And it was just weird because like when you make music, it's always a dream to like start getting attention and stuff and start having people recognize you, but it's never something that you actually like are prepared for when it starts to happen, you know?
Yeah. Do you ever find it like kind of inconvenient? I mean, you always love the fans. You always love the fans. There's no hard feelings, but does it ever get in the way when you're trying to kind of just move around every day?
Oh my God, there's like some like diehard fans that just like, it's like I appreciate them, but it's like constantly in my DMs, like constantly showing up to places where I'm at and stuff and just being extra. And like it's cool and everything, but yeah, sometimes that gets annoying. But other than that, I love my fans. I try my best to just like make time for them. And like I don't want to be one of them artists that like gets too big of a head and feels like they're like better than other people. I always want to remember like where I started, no matter how big I get. So I have much respect, like the utmost respect for everybody that shows love to me and supports me and shit like that. But sometimes it's weird, man. Yeah. it's definitely weird sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Shit, I ain't got there yet, but who knows? Okay, so now I asked you a similar question earlier, but what are some of your biggest influences now to kind of throw that question in a different direction that actually inspired you to start doing music in general?
Shit.
Like that first song you heard that was just like, yep, this is it.
Yeah, I gotta say Juice again. The first time I heard Lucid Dreams, like and also the engineers that I work with, there's this guy named Say. His name's Say, and he works at Yellow House. He's actually the owner of the studio. I remember I used to go there all the time and like record music. And there's this one song that I recorded. Fuck, what was that song? Yeah, Flex on My Ex, and then I recorded God Bitch. And he was just like super invested in those two songs. And that's like the first couple of songs that I really dropped in like the whole subgenre of like the alternative hip hop and like taking it to like the emotional side of hip hop. So he inspired me a lot because he just like put that confidence in me as an artist where like I knew that I could do things and started pushing me to like do different stuff with my voice. And then there's also another engineer, his name's Kenny, and he kind of like taught me how to sing. Like I would sing and like start working on tracks, and he would like coach me, like vocal coach me and stuff, and like he helped me to take my voice to different like octaves and different levels and things, and like recognize that I actually have a lot more talent with singing and like music than I even knew. So those are two people that definitely inspired me to like start making music and gave me like confidence to take it farther and stuff. And even say like he looked at me at one point and he was like, bro, like, why aren't you taking this seriously? Like, why are you like not doing anything with this? Like, do you have a manager? Do you have this? Do you have that? Like, you need to like do something with this because it's good. And that kind of made me want to start taking it more seriously as well. So,
Okay, is there anybody outside of like, okay, so you're a melodic hip hop artist. So is there anybody outside of your genre, maybe pop artists, country artists, anything like that that also kind of, you know, pushed you into the music direction?
like outside of hip hop in general, or just like in my genre?
Well,
Like
just outside of hip hop in general.
outside of hip hop in general. Shit.
It's okay to say no.
I'm trying to think. It's so many, you know. Like I'm trying to like.
Oh, okay.
Definitely, Kurt Cobain, definitely Kurt Cobain. And the reason I say that is because, I feel like he struggled with a lot of the same things that I struggle with, like the mental health aspect of things, and like the fucking drug abuse and stuff like that. Like those are all things that I struggle with, and I definitely got inspiration from him. I actually have a song, Witchcraft, that I sampled one of their songs. I sampled Heart Shaped Box on that beat, and yeah, man, he was just a hard person to figure out, you know? And like, I feel like I'm that way as well. A lot of inspiration from him though, because even though he had his substance abuse and everything, he still like did the most that he could with his craft, you know? And it's sad that like he got his life taken away from him like that. But yeah, he was definitely a big inspiration to me. Chris Motionless from Motionless in White,
A big bet.
his attitude and like just the way that like he looks at his fans and like the way that he treats them as well, big influence for me. Shit, I can't think of anybody else right now, but yeah, those are a couple of them.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I remember seeing Chris Motionless in a music video by In This Moment. I think it was Horror by her, and she like headbutted the fuck out of him. I was like, oh,
damn.
have you seen that video?
Nah, so I gotta check it out.
Hell yeah, go watch that shit. Shit.
She headbutted this man?
Man, so far back. She was like,
holy shit.
full body swing, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, motherfucker crazy though. He's crazy as shit.
But hell yeah, I like his. I think Devil's Night was one of my favorite by them. Do you have any do you have any merch? I mean, of course, all links are going to be in the description, guys. But do you have any merch that you want to plug here live, or any, you know, plug your website, plug anything that you got kind of going on?
Shit, my merch website is in my hyperlink and everything, but I got, let's see, on the 20th, I'm gonna be dropping a new collection on my merch website for the Cut So Deep song. So it's gonna have like the artwork for that on there and everything. So there'll be hoodies, t-shirts, like the normal thing for that. So y'all make sure y'all keep up with me and wait for that. I'll be dropping that on the 20th.
And for those of us who aren't hyperlink savvy, because I'm sure there's plenty, let us know the website real quick.
So it's just bonfire.com//XEROGANGG. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, super easy, people. There's no reason for you not to go there and buy everything.
And for y'all that aren't savvy with hyperlinks, all you do is click on the hyperlink, and if you scroll down, there's a list of things, and it'll say merch website, and you just click on that link, and it'll take you.
It's a link, a LinkedIn profile, right?
Nah, it's a link tree.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I keep getting those two mixed up.
You're like LinkedIn. I'm not trying to get a job, bro.
Okay, so for one of we're coming to our close here, and I'm gonna play a song for you guys at the end too, just to kind of give you, if you missed the song sample in the beginning, I'm also gonna give you a song sample of his at the end. What advice would you give to someone who's pursuing a career in the same field as you? And with this question, with you being an artist, be specific as to artists pursuing the same genre and lane as you.
First thing, and this applies to like every part of it, the first thing I would say is you gotta be real in your lyrics. Like I've said that a bunch of times in this interview, but you gotta be real. You gotta talk about things that you know about, things that you're going to, so that you can have like that emotion in your lyrics and the emotion in your songs. And work, man. Like you gotta, this is an industry, like there's hundreds of thousands of people trying every single day and like probably working harder than me or anybody else is trying to put their names out there. So like you gotta be on your shit. Like you gotta constantly be on your shit. And then also find someone that like you can work with as far as like the music, like an engineer that number one is good at what they do, and number two like understands the vision that you have. Like you gotta have a vision and know what you want and like what lane you're trying to go down. But yeah, like I said, right now, in the beginning it was hard as shit, but right now I have a dedicated group of people. Like shout out to Ka Ninja, PhD, Kyrie, fucking Sin Help. Shout out to all the producers at Yellow House, Gilly, Say. I have like a very good team. I got videographers and everything, but like in the beginning it was hard, and you gotta work really, really fucking hard to put yourself out there. And then also connect with other people and like don't be afraid to help other people out, you know. Don't just like chase all of the shit for yourself, because when you help other artists out, that gives you like exposure as well. So it's better to have a team, man. You can't do anything by yourself though.
Yeah, and you can definitely feel when somebody's giving you fake love versus when they actually want to support. It's in the beginning, I call them chameleons, because in the beginning they seem like they're on your side. They seem like they're somebody that really gives a shit how you're doing. And then when the money comes and when the money goes, because eventually in everyone's life it does, when that money I shouldn't say when it goes, because you might not end up broke, but the money might wane and you might not have enough to always support your homies. You gotta hold shit down for who you know, your family and shit. And the chameleons will go, man. The chameleons will start showing their fucking true colors.
Yeah, definitely. I've had a lot of people that were in my life that were associated with my music and everything, and then they end up showing their true colors at some point. I just had to cut them off and like back away, you know. Even my older manager just like was in it for the wrong reasons, because like they didn't really help me at all. It's kind of like they were just waiting for me to blow up to like reap the benefits of it. You know, I don't feel like they actually were in it to help me at any point, so I had to let them go. But yeah, it's a lot of people like that. It's something you got to watch out for. So
yeah. Nikki Chaos says, "We love you, Zero. Good vibes always."
Yes, I love all of you. Thank you.
There was a couple more messages, but they're emojis, and I'm not describing emojis.
All right.
Just know we see you guys, but I'm not calling out all your emojis. I'm not doing heart face, heart, heart. ASMR Anna said, "Just like Little Peep documentary, gotta watch people's energy."
Facts.
Yeah. So before we go, first off, did you enjoy yourself? You have a good time?
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah. I enjoyed the interview. I also enjoyed when we were just cutting it up and chilling too. Like, you're a cool dude, man.
Believe it or not, we've been in this interview for almost 35 minutes.
Yeah. It doesn't even seem like time's been flying. So
yeah, man. When you got good vibes and you got good energy, man, time flies, man. It was a super comfortable interview for me too. Are there any artists that you think would also enjoy the opportunity to get on here and just speak about their platform and speak about their music, kind of get themselves out there?
Yeah, definitely. I would say my boy Ka Ninja would definitely want to get on here, and then of course Young Casanova as well. They would definitely both probably enjoy this.
Hell yeah, and we'll be hitting them up. As soon as you send me their links, I'll hit them up immediately, man. I'm trying trying to get everybody on here and get their stuff out. And like I said, we will reschedule for a 2-hour interview for anybody that
For sure.
that wants more Zero Gang and who enjoyed this interview, because I see a lot of y'all been in here for a minute. So if you guys are having fun, we'll reschedule. It'll probably be in a month or two. You know, let some new material come out, kind of give him a breather, let him do his thing. But and be looking for it. We're gonna reschedule for that. We're gonna be posting clips to Instagram. I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's watching today. You guys are awesome. I know that most of y'all are from Zero Gang, so I appreciate that shit.
Y'all go follow my man too. Definitely show him some love.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And if you don't follow me and you're not following Zero Gang, go follow Zero Gang. You can follow me later. I'm gonna be here. All right. So to close it out, we're gonna play. We're not gonna play much, but we're gonna play a small sample from Gone Too Young. Scrolling through, Island really caught my eye, and Gone Too Young, man, I'm telling you, I was vibing, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
And Amanda Rowan said, best interview ever. Hell yeah, I appreciate that shit. But she's talking about you, Zero Gang.
Yeah, that's my baby right there.
And Nikki Chaos says, awesome interview as well. So yeah. This is the sample, Gone Too Young. Check it out, guys. I hope you enjoy. And thank you all for coming today.
Like hype. Oh yeah, appreciate y'all.
Drink too much, makes too little. Tell me you love me, can't play like a fiddle. Yeah.
ASMR Hannah, we appreciate you too. She says, appreciate you, bro.
I still drink too much,
yes.
Mix too little.
I appreciate everyone that was in
They
here.
love me and can't play like a fiddle. I'm blessed to be a mess, but I'm way too stressed. I'll be gone too young. Still commas in the bank, I'll be gone too young. Amber Pacific, gone too young. Let's be specific, too much drugs. I'll be gone too young.
Gone Too Young, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you, Zero Gang, for being here. We'll see you guys